What's up, everyone? We are back with some more side quests in Hogwarts Legacy. In the last video, we saw Natty tell us that she was an animagus. We delivered the egg back to the dragon with Poppy. And the biggest reveal is Sebastian killed his uncle with Avada Kedavra. So there was a lot going on with those side quests. But we're going to meet Sebastian at the Undercroft, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I feel like he's starting to turn to the dark side, so we'll see what he has to say. Thanks for clicking on the video. Appreciate it. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And let's see what we got in store. We're going to meet up with Sebastian and then Natty and then Poppy, so lot more to come. Let's get back into it.
She's devastated. She just buried your uncle alone.
I did it for her.
Sebastian, Anne can't bear the thought of turning you in, but...
What? Turn me in? She saw what happened.
I'll give you some time to think, Sebastian.
Turn me in?
Sebastian.
Did you hear that? You saw what happened. I never wanted to hurt my uncle.
I know.
I can't believe he's gone. How did things go so wrong? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to... Oh, Anne, I was only trying to help. I can't leave now. Anne needs me more than ever. You understand. You can talk to Ominous. Make him understand. He listens to you. I need to be with Anne.
I don't know what to do, Sebastian.
You don't know. You do know. Anne has no one. I regret everything I did. I know what I did was wrong. I only hope she can forgive me. That everyone can forgive me. No matter what happens from here, I'm glad we met.
Poor Sebastian.
Ominous?
What a mess. I can't believe it. After I last saw you, I went straight to Hogwarts. Before I had time to talk to Black, I heard from Anne. I rushed to Feldcroft and found her with Solomon's body. She was beside herself with grief. Part of her wants Sebastian to face the consequences, another part can't bear the thought of it. I don't want to lose Sebastian, but I don't think we have a choice.
Oh, man. Oh, this is tough. Like, do we turn him in or do we not? I've liked Sebastian's character up until these last few events because, and he had my back when we were in the restricted section, but it's so much different. You're talking about sneaking into an area you're not supposed to be in versus you just killed somebody with the killing curse, and it was his family member. I just don't see how you can keep that quiet. The struggle is real. I think we got to tell somebody.
We don't have a choice. You're right. You were right the entire time.
I wish I hadn't been. If we do this, we may never see Sebastian again.
They're giving you another option. Do you want to change your mind? Ugh. This is brutal.
I realize that, but it's the right thing to do. He killed his uncle. We've tried to justify his actions every step of the way, but this has gone too far. It has to stop.
Very well. Leave it to me. I'll tell the headmaster. Farewell for now. I shall be in touch. Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. That I know.
That hurts. But sometimes when the thing is the right thing to do, it hurts the most. Fortunately, Sebastian just went a little too far with his last actions, taking over the Inferi. I mean, he was controlling those Inferi, and Ominous and I had to try to kill them because they were trying to kill us just to get to him. Just an all-around bad situation. Okay. On to the next, and that one's already up. Now that some time has passed since the events of the Feldcroft Catacomb, I see how Ominous is faring, or I should see. So they'll go back to the Undercroft. Well, we'll wait for that. Natty's up next. Her story is getting a little interesting. She's outside Hogsmeade. I think the closest point there is to go Flue Powder to there and then walk out the front to where she's at. Should be the quickest option.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
The good thing is at least the friendships with Natty and Poppy are not in the same situation that Sebastian is in. Because I hate to see it, but
Revelio.
I got a field guide I never picked up. There she is.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
Oh, no doubt.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Well, I think the good thing is they're all appear to be in Hogsmeade, so we don't have to go very far.
My advice when dealing with untoward matters.
Someone's in 3 broomsticks.
It was a wind that passed.
No? Maybe? Gotta go upstairs? I think it's telling us to go upstairs.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
The only thing Hogsmeade's lacking is its own Quidditch team. Hogwarts wouldn't have fostered such intense house rivalry. Still, they'd make for an exciting Quidditch.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
We do hope you will reconsider helping us with our banking needs. We've given you ample time to reach a decision on your own, but we are beginning to lose patience. We know your husband would appreciate it if you were to see the value in our working together. Shall we expect a response by week's end? Best to keep this between us if you understand our meaning.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
We'll go track them down. It does not let you move very fast when you're inside here. Oh, that's working at least.
I saw what you did!
Somebody's
Otto
angry.
Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Let's find this Filbert guy, and then we can head back to Natty.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Get this information back to Natty, and let's see what happens next. Are we going to go after Harlow? He's the only man left standing out of that. that
It's
group.
not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Well, now it's having me go back.
Sprightly, though.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio.
Got a field guide page behind the bartender there. Grab that while I'm here. Where in the world is Natty at? Well, now it's showing she's not inside. Now it says near. She down there?
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio!
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Oh, yeah?
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Ashwinder hideout.
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Lumos. Accio. A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
I don't want to work with goblins. Not now, not ever. Rookwood's gone mad.
Say what you will about Feldcroft, but the estate is...
We've got find Natty and then optional find Agbus Filbert's Book of Poems, Otto Dibble's Love Letter.
Revelio.
Okay.
Lower Hogsmeade needs some stocks after hours.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
There's stuff all over the place. Man, this place is huge.
It's not gonna work.
My.
Using that girl as bait.
Revelio.
Coming for her. We ought to just kill her.
Harlow says her friend will be reckless enough. He wants them alive.
Only a Hogwarts student would come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Everyone in Upper Hogsmeade.
Talking desperate gits suits me just fine.
Anyone looking for troubles found it in me.
I read Rockford more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
Was it Upper or Lower Hogsfield that we raided last week?
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hog's Head. Or perhaps I'll just go now.
Concentrate. Can't let anyone get...
Is that you, Royland?
It's always funny when there's a bunch of people in the room and you do the Totalis spell on them, and then they're looking around. They don't know. They don't know what's going on.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles.
An aversion to the dark arts merely highlights an immaturity of thinking in my mind.
I didn't think he was going to turn around.
I've never seen such a look of fear in your eyes. Eh? Did you hear? That's the best you can do. Such agility!
Nothing even worth staring at,
Oh, you've made a great. You're going to regret that. Come on. Stupid. You're afraid to fight back. Go stupid.
Can't get the Wigan well, but I can get the coins.
Revelio.
No, there's a bunch of stuff in this room. Is this the love letter? Seems to be. Yep, RH at the top.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
Wonder if there's another way around.
Revelio.
We got more people over there. I think you have to go underneath. Maybe, maybe not.
Revelio. Accio.
That's how you get to that one.
Lumos.
Doesn't seem... Oh, there it goes. It seemed to get stuck.
Revelio.
I don't think there's anything in here.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
Expulsion! Stupor, deal with her when he arrives. What are your thoughts on electricity? Repulsor! Confringo! Flash of inspiration! Where did you go, coward? But they had enough! You will pay for your deeds! I know stupid one. Confringo! Do that again!
Yes. Falter in pain. Alright, that's the upstairs, but I didn't get everything down there, so I'm gonna go back.
Lumos.
Revelio.
Lumos.
Revelio.
Well, gear slots are full. See if we can destroy something I don't need. I don't need that. Just more glasses.
Revelio.
We're still looking for a book of poems. Oh, maybe this is it.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Okay, I think other than the Wigan Well, which I can't pick up, I think we have everything. At least it appears that way. This is where, yeah, this is where I killed those guys.
Revelio. Natty must be here somewhere.
Lumos.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
I need your help.
Where is she? Oh, right there.
Revelio.
Lumos.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed. and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand.
Lumos.
It must be blocked by something.
Alright, we need to find the wand.
Revelio.
Something's glowing out there.
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Lumos.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Lumos.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Alright, find a way out. Well, we can just go back the way we came. Is this it?
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Now, how I didn't find that the first time, but okay.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, they've also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
All right, that portion is completed, so we'll jump to... Yeah, she left abruptly, and we didn't know why. I forgot to go to the map. Let's find out where she is. Back at Hogwarts. She's outside Hogwarts. We'll find out what she has. I think she may think her family's in danger.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Centaurs aren't known for being the friendliest lot, especially not with wizard kind, and not right now.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
right, we got more to come, it appears, with Sebastian, Natty, and Poppy. It is not completed yet. So next video, we'll pick it up there and continue on in these side quests with all three. And looking forward to see where each of these story progresses. I still hate turning Sebastian in, but I just... It's a struggle, but it is the right thing to do. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you back on the next one as we continue on in these side quests. Don't forget to click the like button if it's earned it. And also, please subscribe. Until then, take care. So long for now.